Chilekupu. Obugo kere lukala. Anyị na-atọrọ gị mma. Lekwe ndị bịara nga m ugbu a. Ọ bụ ndị si na Rapid Television. Ha bịara ka mụ na ụlọ abụ mkparịta ụka. Ka mụ na ụlọ abụ mkpa ife gbasara omenala. Mụdachi Chilekupu jiri bịa lejiwala. Nna m chi ọ bịara nga m abịagbule m ya nga ịla mkpukpu apụla ya n'azụ. Ọ bụ ọjị la anyị na-eji anabata ọ. Ọ bụkwa na ọjị la nna anyị njiri lụọ nwaanyị lụọ nne anyị. Ọ bụkwa na ya na njiri ga anabata we. Ọ bụkwa na ọjị la anyị na-eji anabata ọbịa ya. A na-achị Chilekupu mkpa abịarụwa ma enyewa ọjị agaghị ịta ọjị tata mma. Anyị ga-eta ọjị tata udo. Anyị ga-eta ọjị tata ọganihu. Ọ ga-edoro Abia steeti mma. Ọ ga-edoro Naijiria mma. N'aha nke nna na nke ọkpara na nke mmụọ nsọ. Amen.
Good morning, you're watching Eastern Circle on Rapid TV channel 176 on Star Times, and we're reaching you live from our studio here in Umuahia, the capital of Abia, God's own state. Happy New Month from I and Michael to you, viewers. It's a new month.
Yeah, beautiful new month. It's good to be here, yeah. All right, and good to see you as well. New month, new fine look.
Thank you, Mike. Wow. You're not looking bad either.
Yeah, thank you. So be my Odogwu is Odogwu.
Your steez is steez.
Maximum composure. Oh my goodness. A very good morning to you. Welcome. Beautiful episode this new month and second half of the year as well. Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, we just said Happy New Year.
Month.
Happy New Year some months ago, and very soon we'll be saying a Happy Christmas. So wow. I mean, it's beautiful. How flight time. High time flies. All right. So welcome to Eastern Circle. It's a beautiful time to be here, and today it's looking beautiful because we'll relive some memories. We take a look at the movie industry, a little back in time, Nollywood. So, welcome, and let's get started.
Yeah.
I think I should let's get started by let me take you, my dear, a little back in time. Do you remember the days, when we used to, then we used to, what's it called now, enjoy movies, all right? But rental is number one. But what's even more important is how, after watching one movie, before you watch it again, you know how to use the cassette rewinder, all right? Of course, I'm sure we should have that on the screen right now so that the Gen Zs will not understand this at all. No. The Gen Zs can never understand what we're talking about. This used to be our Netflix.
I'm telling you.
I mean, the chilling there. So you have to use this machine, you have to rewind and wind.
Backward, once you miss a clip or miss a part, you want to take it back, you have to eject it and rewind, take it back.
Imagine how stressful it is when you want to catch a moment in the movie. Now you could just click, rewind, you just move back immediately and you play back. But with this, you have to...
No, I think on the what's it called, video machine,
it has a rewind
it goes further than you would want it to.
Exactly.
So for you to get to that exact spot, you have to use the rewinder to take it back. And I would never forget, while growing up, we had a particular place where we could rent these movies very close to
home videos
my
was
house.
the shit.
And because my mom didn't like us watching these movies, so she wouldn't give you money to go and rent. So we used to save. When you give me money for transportation to school, I'll save the money. Instead of entering Okada to go to school, I'll save the money to use it
and you trek
and watch movies.
Hey!
And unluckily for me and my siblings, one day we hired this particular, I think it should be Evil Men. Do you remember? And that movie had like part 1, part 2, part 3, and I guess part 4. So we were, I think, at the last part, and they took the lights that day, and we were supposed to take back this movie to where we rented it. And we did have extra money to pay for demurrage, because if it stays more than a day, you would have to pay for the demurrage. So what did we have to do that day? There was no generator to turn on the whatever to watch the movie. So we had to carry the
machine itself.
To go and look for where to eject it so that we can return it. And on our way, guess what happened? My mommy caught us.
Day of recording.
And after that day, when she's going out, what she will just do is to disconnect it, take the AV wire and go to where she's going to. No movie for you.
Very savage.
I'm telling you.
I mean, quite savage, because that way, what are you going to do without the AV wire? You can't do anything.
You can't watch anything. You can't watch anything, and it was quite an interesting time. Not these days where you have the likes of Netflix and Prime Video, where you can watch these movies easily even on your phone without having to go through
these things. The experience actually, it makes a lot of sense. It makes it easier. It brings it closer to our doorstep, right? With the coming of devices as well, because I'm sure the 90s when we had Living in Bondage, for instance, I'm sure whoever watched Living in Bondage must have done that using the VHS, all right?
Exactly.
So there's no way you would have watched this movie with what's it called now? Maybe even the CD or DVD.
Yeah.
Those ones came much
later. Do people
later.
still use CD and DVDs now?
Who does actually?
I think it's just for playing music.
Even
the
see,
music.
I mean, because mostly everything has gone digital. I mean, it reduced. You could have your music downloaded into your phone, into the flash drive.
You have music apps everywhere.
That's that one alone. I mean, you don't even need to worry about space in your phone. You just need to log into the place and then everything is there. You create your playlist there. But back then, we used to have even talking about music, for instance, back then it was cassette player.
Yeah.
All right. Those days we used to have something like this where you
can even dub.
Exactly. You can record yourself. Because I tried some of those things back then.
Yes, I did.
So you could buy a cassette, and then sometimes you can buy empty ones that you could use to record yourself, record anything.
I actually started recording when I didn't have the money to buy empty ones. I used already.
Yeah, you could use one.
Maybe and sometimes you not hear
because it's going to record on top of that one. So when your voice is done playing, it goes back.
My mom will continue to complain when she wants to play her Chinyere Udoma and Chigozie, and she's playing it and
hear a
something
lot
else
of other things inside it. I mean, it's crazy back then. But these were the life then growing up. I mean, it was fun back then. I don't know, somehow I even feel like too much digitalization kind of taking away the fun from all of us.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it has. Look, this has created a lot more people who are alienated from each other than we used to have back then. The community. In fact, I remember, I think it was 1998 or 99. I was much younger then. In where I lived then with my aunt, there is this man that had I think he was the only one that had TV set in that area, and guess what? It was black and white, and.
Black and white, they used to close, Michael.
Exactly. So in the evening like this, maybe from 8 p.m., you turn on his generator, bring it out in the open.
Everybody.
So people, children, you say, "Oh, just sit on the floor." Then maybe adults will sit on the chair around, and we'll be watching black and white pictures that is not even clear, with all those noisy black grains around it.
You have to be moving poles from one point to another.
And guess what they get? We weren't even hearing what they are saying, really, but we're just seeing pictures. People were moving and stuff like that. And that was fun. So that was an avenue for children to gather together, to get to meet each other, to get to know each other, play, and just watch together. And when you are done, on your way back home, you could just interact with each other. But now your 5-year-old has an iPad.
What's a 5-year-old going out to do in the first place?
And in her room or his room, you hardly even come out to see your siblings. And then your mom comes and knocks, and you be like, "You need to leave me alone." You know what?
I want my me time.
Me time. That's what they call it. But it's crazy.
It is, and surprisingly, most of these people that actually made us happy while growing up in the movie industry were gradually losing them. And
seriously.
I was thinking the other day, and I said, who again is going to make me laugh or entertain me in the Nollywood industry like Mr. Ibu did? And recently, there are a lot of other persons who are dying. And for me, I think they should take care of themselves more. It's not
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
they're not going to die, but when you see the situations that lead to their death, you will find out that this is actually something that they could have prevented. So it's true that, like they said, they're not making much money from whatever it is they are doing, but at least no matter the little they make, they should try and take out some money and take care of their health.
Recently, I think it was the 15th of this month that we lost. There was a latest Stella Ikwebu actually, and from what I learned, it was it said it's leg cancer and stuff like that. So and prior to that, it was Zulu Adigwe, and yeah, we know that I mean the industry legends and stuff, those that are still alive, they were able to hold a candlelight procession for those of them that passed recently, and it's that kind of brought a lot of them back together for a while, because what I see recently it's as if Nollywood has been divided into fragments. You have the cinema, we have the home videos, you have the YouTubers, you know, all of that. It kind of creates this kind of divide, and then sort of like levels and all of that. So where you want to, sometimes it's as if at what level are you playing as a Nollywood entertainer, you know, stuff like, because back then home video was home video.
Yes, it was. There's nothing like Asaba. There's nothing
exactly. It was just home. It was just Nollywood home video. All of these people were playing together.
Yeah.
I mean, the days of Saint Obi in blessed memory as well. I mean, I enjoyed a lot of
Saint Obi,
goodness.
Ike, Jim
Exactly.
Ike, and God.
So everything was working together. So, but now, yeah, we're trying to up the ante. We're trying to improve.
But they can
production.
actually do it together.
Exactly my point. So there should be a way we could bring all of this together. I know also it might not be easy, because when you look at the levels, the playing grounds, there are movies that they can put together in 2 weeks or thereabouts, and there are still other movies that you have to plan for months and shoot for months and stuff like that for you to be able to get it all together. So it's just that crazy. So but then if only that togetherness will come into place, because which is why I'm kind of happy that sometimes when I see people from Nollywood of old, I think I might call it that, people from Nollywood of old play in most of the recent cinema movies I see. It's heartwarming. All right, just like one of the interviews I'll be having much later on the show today. It's beautiful to see Osofia in that movie. I think last time I saw something beautiful like that was Lion's Heart.
Yes, exactly.
So I mean,
Lion's Heart with Osofia and
Genevieve. Good.
Genevieve, sorry.
So you see, this is like we know these people. Sam Loco Efe, no one can replace someone like that. I mean, there is no discussing that. His humor is like
out of the world.
It's out of, you cannot compare it.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so and the fact that that generation of Nollywood entertainers, they're gradually going off.
I noticed that while watching that Candlelight movie, and when I saw the likes of Charles Awurum and what's his name, the guy who talked about
Victor
Swabo, and I'm like, these guys are actually aging, and they may not actually have the strength to go and do these things anymore. So who are going to be taking? Oh my goodness!
So, but it's also good actually. It's beautiful. First that we have them come together and celebrate and remember the legends who actually made our lives beautiful growing up, because you cannot take that away from them actually. But then we also are happy and thank God for the fact that we have people, also the current generation, trying to do their best, all right, trying to bring trying to bridge the gap as much as they can. Because for instance, the guy will be talking to much later, Ebuka Njoko actually, who is the producer of one of the latest movie that I had to do that kind of captured the Southeast. All right, it's a movie I actually got to see that movie. I'm sorry you weren't available to join us.
Sorry, I'm not interested in that story. I'm not interested.
Sorry,
I had to go see that movie without me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't intentional. But you know, I can always make it up to you. I'm your Dogu, so relax, all right? I'll take you.
Your still not reduced for not taking me to go and watch that movie.
No, I have maximum, like 150%. Don't worry. By the time we go to our Nkwobi joint, you will understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so relax, all right?
I trust you, my evil man.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I came in. Why are you doing like this? You don't know my name again. I beg, wait. So like I was saying, so it's a beautiful experience, all right? This guy put together the movie and then brought, it's like bridging a gap, bringing old and young, all right? Osofia was there, Jennifer Eliogo. That woman, I mean, she's another person I can see that is multi-talented in terms of entertainment.
Yeah, she's doing music,
yeah,
and
we've seen a
she's
lot of
back
her
to
beautiful songs and music videos, right? And she did fantastic as well as far as this movie is concerned. So it's beautiful that we are seeing this happen. And then there are a bunch of new cats, as they like to call them also, in this movie.
And they're doing great.
Yes, so because what I understood is that the guy carefully, took these two people from the Nollywood of old, and I think one other person, a known face as well, and then got these other people. Most of them, it was their first experience actually, but they were carefully chosen. The fact that you would not even notice that these guys are not, they're not really, they've not been doing this for a long time. You wouldn't notice that, because they actually did justice to the movie. I'm talking about Uno.
Okay.
Uno is the title of the movie, and it's a beautiful family. Talk about family, all right? So, but definitely, if you haven't seen the movie, you could go to the cinema and see it. And if you are not able to meet it in the cinema, of course, you can wait for Netflix launch, right? So he's the guy that did Yahoo Plus. Did you see Yahoo Plus?
I think I did.
So that's another beautiful movie. I think I watched that one. Is still in Netflix, by the way. So the point is, these people are trying as much as they can, but Nollywood, I don't think Nollywood will ever be the same. Trust me, it will not be the same. All right, so we're just trying to do the best we can. Yeah, with modern technology, with everything that we have right now. It all started with Netflix and doing a lot of investment in Nollywood since about 2015, 2016. All right, I think that was when we started seeing some collaborations, some equipment, and better shooting facilities and stuff. So we are improving every day.
Yes, we are, and it's not like the new ones that are coming up are doing badly. They're not doing badly. They're also doing it, but when you're used to something, trying to move to a new phase, it's somehow difficult for some persons.
Yeah,
and I've seen a lot of content creators moving from doing the normal comedy and skits into acting movies. And they're doing well. They're doing well in the movie industry.
I mean, people like Mr. Macaroni, talk about Brother Shaggy. I enjoy him in movies as well. Like, to be frank, in fact, I think I enjoyed him in most movies that
I think Sabinus is going into movie too.
Okay, there was one, I've seen one he did. I think it was, Dead Serious. That's one of his movies he did recently. So they are doing good as well when they get into that place. And truth be told, we cannot run away from the current reality. So the social media, outbreak of social media has made it easy for a lot of people. So even if you cannot take your movies to screen in the cinemas or film festivals, you have your YouTube there. You can upload, which is what I see a lot of them. In fact, individually they have their channels. So, and it's cool. So let's just enjoy, let's say, best of both worlds, right? Because we still have the home videos that you can still rent and watch, and then but we have the cinemas, we have the YouTubers as well. All of these are put together to make our lives better.
It's all right. So let's see the interview with the producer of Uno.
Don't worry, you're going to see this one out because you weren't there. So don't worry, I'll represent you. All right? When I am here, you are with me.
This is how I'm looking at you.
That's how you should be.
Bombastic side eye.
Okay. Don't worry. We'll settle. Don't worry. By the time we come our next episode, you'll be smiling cheek to cheek. I promise you that. All right. We'll go on a quick break right now. When we return, of course, I'll be talking to Ebuka Njoko. Don't go anywhere. Very good morning once again, and welcome back to Eastern Circle. Like I mentioned, that we have a very special segment today. I'm talking about Uno the movie. If you are in the southeast, of course, and you haven't been to the cinema for this movie, you are definitely missing. So right now, I am sitting next to the producer and director of this particular beautiful movie, and he's none other than Mr. Ebuka Njoko.
Thank you very much for having me.
Very good to meet you. Welcome. So, great. Let's get straight to it. So yesterday we were seated together, having to watch that beautiful movie with a bunch of other people. All right. After, of course, we met some of the cast and crew of the movie, and it was a very nice time. Then I was like, okay, I've heard a lot about this movie. Let's go see what it's about. And trust me, personally, I can say I was glued to my seat and I was having fun. To be frank, it beats my expectation.
Thank you.
All right, so you guys did a good job. Congratulations on that. So with that, let's get into it. So obviously, there's a lot of intentionality in what I saw on screen yesterday. All right, so it seemed like you had everything planned out. You were intentional about putting out the southeastern culture. I was taking note of the artifacts, the set design, and all of that.
Whenever we're thinking of production design, we're thinking of two things: something that will serve the story,
Yeah.
and something that could influence interior design or design in general in the future.
Yeah.
So I feel it's high time when we as Africans, we as Nigerians, we as Igbo people can actually influence design all over the world. So we're actually very intentional about all of those elements. Okay.
In the movie, we could see that there's a divide, a cultural, a religious divide, I must say, because at some point, Osofia, he was pouring libation, and then at the other end, we saw the wife praying. This is a man and a wife. They're living together. And this man is a core traditionalist, this woman is doing this. Do you think we are confused as a people? Is there something that we're missing? Because that alone, with both the traditionalists and the Christian religion, didn't save them from having the chaos they have in the family. I mean, as a people, do you think we are confused religious-wise? This is something we need to think about. Because this is what we see happen daily.
I feel in the grand scheme of things, here's what I feel about religion. I mean, it might not be generally agreeable. Religion doesn't exactly make our life better. What it does, like in school, they study religion under social sciences. What it does, it gives us the lens through which to see life. You get so. Being a Christian doesn't exactly mean that your life is going to be far better than the other person, or being whatever you get. What it does is, when things happen to you, you have a different way of seeing it because you're a Christian. It doesn't mean that negative things are not going to happen to you. What might now make your life better is how well you practice it.
So in other words, any religion at all is capable of making you a better person, depending on your own personal perspective and how you pursue it. Let's go straight to one aspect of culture that I found interesting in that movie. So at the point where the photographer came to pick the daughter and then wanted to greet Osofia, stretched out his hand, the guy really withdrew immediately and was like, no, that you don't bring out your hand to greet a titled man or someone who's about to be titled. Except the man himself brings out his hand first. Very much of a eureka moment for me, because I'm like, oh, so this is an aspect of my culture that I didn't even really know.
The Igbo Ordinary is built around ancestral worship. So which is basically, the idea behind ancestral worship is to actually respect or reverence things that have been there before. You get. So it's, and part of it is also that. But then the idea actually came when a friend of mine went for an event and he wanted to greet an old man, and he actually told him that. But then he didn't do it the way Osofia did it. Osofia is an ordinary person.
Yes, a very core traditionalist.
Exactly. So his character always has to come out because it's part of the story.
Let's get back to movie and entertainment in general. Now, in 2018, Genevieve did Lion's Heart that was submitted to the Oscars, but it didn't quite make it because they complained they had a lot of English infusion into it, and that's one of the requirements, right? And then the latest Oscars, they introduced a new international film feature category, and CJ Obasi had a movie Mami Wata that was shot in total black and white. I don't know why he chose that idea.
I mean, creative choice.
So that was sent as well, but that also didn't make it. Now coming down, we have a lot of Yoruba culture movie as like getting mainstream recently.
Yeah.
With, I think it was Anikolapo that broke the door open for them. Coming down to us here in Igbo as a people, do you think we're not being selfish enough? Because when you watch those Yoruba movies, they can do the entire, like when you see from the costume to the language to the people to every single thing, every detail will scream Yoruba culture.
Yeah, it's
So, do you think we're not being selfish enough as people of the Southeast in telling our stories through movies?
I mean, I don't know how to say this so it doesn't sound like I'm beefing my own people, but I don't
Okay.
feel we as Igbo people are doing enough story-wise. Like, we haven't come to understand the importance of what film can do for us as a people.
Oh, yeah.
The Yorubas, they have come to understand that, and they're milking it. So I would say everything they've gotten so far, they worked so hard for it, so of course they deserve it. Once we as a people come together and start telling our own stories at that level, not just tell the stories, but also do the kind of like collaboration that they do. Like, I hear stuff like an actor could meet a fellow actor and tell him, I'm doing a film, can you come and feature in it? When you want to do yours, I'll come and feature in it. So what all those things do it's now cheaper for you to now exactly. With Ono, we tried some collaboration, some worked, some didn't, you get. So personally, what I'm also trying to do is also raise a community of Igbo filmmakers, you know, and Igbo businessmen who can have a balance between the film business and the film art, so that we as a people can also tell our stories at any level that we want to.
Talking about Lionsheart and the rest of them, I was going to ask you, are you eyeing the Oscars someday?
Honestly, I don't care about awards.
Oh, okay.
Personally, there's one guy, Eloke Olisa, who I co-produced his short film. I feel one day he's going to win an Oscar. I love it for him. If I can give him every support that he has to, you know, achieve that, because he's a great filmmaker. But I don't believe in I don't believe that any organization has the right to tell me what makes a better film, or, you know. I feel it's, you just make a film and put it out there and get people to see it, you know, like. So I told my owner I'm not submitting one for any award, both international and local.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make film for my people, and then apart from telling the stories I want to tell, I also want to satisfy the business people who back, you know, who fund my film, because it has to also make business sense, and over time raise a community of filmmakers who are going to do great films. Whatever they want to achieve with the film, whether it's box office or award or whatever, they can get it. I will try my best and support them. But personally, I don't make films for award, I make films for my people.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, that's cool. Now, what are we expecting next? This is the last question I would rather ask you, you know, and how soon as well?
What I want to make next is a whodunit, like a mystery, a crime mystery film. Yeah, but you know how it is. We are still working on the details of it. It might end up not being what I make next, but that is speaking to me right now, and I'm hoping if things work out well, probably next year or next 2 years it should be out. So, because I like taking my time to plan and.
Okay, okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
Great to have you join me. Really, it's been a fantastic time, and trust me, Uno is a good stuff. All right, and I hope we have this conversation again soon. Maybe during the next project, as much as possible. I will come back to, you know, share some insight on it as well. But for now, go out there like you've heard him. If you're in the Southeast, just go to the cinemas right now and enjoy the movie. But apart from now, though, so where else? How else can people enjoy the movie?
We'll do a campus tour.
Okay.
So people who are in universities might, if we come to their campus, we'll just do a setup and they watch it in a day, and then after that, we'll just have to wait till Netflix. Okay. But I mean, they can still on our first film, Yahoo Plus, is still on Netflix.
Okay, that's it about this segment. So we'll get back to Eastern Circle, right? Thank you.
glad to have you back. And seriously, Michael, I'm still beefing you.
I know. See, I don't have anything to say actually. Other than I'm sorry. It's never gonna happen
So
again.
do I wait till it's out on Netflix, or are you taking me to the cinema to watch
okay,
it?
maybe we could do that instead of the Nkwabi.
I don't mind.
Okay. Then I mean, I always know how to make it up to you. Trust me, you know my guy.
Thank you. And that's the size of our package this morning on Eastern Circle. Thank you for always joining us. My name is Adeze Egwim, and
of course, I'm Michael Odemera.
All right, we'll take you back to our Abuja studios for the rest of Rapid Down. See you tomorrow.
Good morning and happy new month once again. Enjoy the rest of it.